is to solve for the distance of these tracks. Right? It's extremely challenging to find any information of this online, so 2 links are provided to you on Google Classroom where we need to solve for these different maps. So we have Luigi Circuit, Moo Moo Meadows, Mushroom Gorge, and Toad Factory. We are just doing things on the Mushroom Cup. In class, I was going through how to solve for the normal times for the Luigi Circuit. So how this worked, it was we used the time that was given from this ghost character. Again, it's just a computer character. And it took this amount of time, 1 minute 29 seconds, 0.670. We converted this into just all of the seconds, so 89.67 seconds gives me my total time. Additionally, we knew what vehicle they used, which was the Sprinter vehicle. If I go to the other tab, the Mario Kart Wii tab, and I look for the Sprinter in these large data sheets, which are broken up as small, medium, and large vehicles, I can see the name of the Sprinter, and I can see the speed at which it goes, and the standard speed in kilometers per hour was 84.01. So I took that over and I converted this into meters per second. Now with meters per second, all we have to do is solve for this x variable. So I plugged in the meters per second, what I solved for over here, the time that we had from up here, and we get the distance at which this racer completed 3 laps with. We're going to do the same exact thing with the expert time, and then we're going to do some division and averaging to essentially figure out what it is per lap. Again, that distance that I am currently showing you, that 2092.5, is the whole race. So for the expert time, all right, if I go over here to the expert, again, I'm not looking at the unlock time. That's when you could unlock this new expert, but I'm going to be looking at this time here. Okay, so for the expert, we have a time of 1 minute, 19 seconds, 419. All right, I'm going to just convert this into a total amount of seconds. So all I'm going to do is add essentially 60 seconds to that 19.419. So I get 79.419 seconds. Again, that's my time for the expert. Again, the expert is essentially better than the normal, and that's why we're taking the average of these two. All right, so that gives us the time, and let me actually just underline it. All right, again, I'm going to do the same exact thing with the distance, and the speed, excuse me. So this one used the Mach bike. All right, so I'm going to switch over to this screen, and I'm going to try to find this bike. It turns out it is a medium vehicle, so I did not have to look at the small vehicle. So again, here it is right here. All right, and again, the speed that we're using in kilometers per hour for this bike, 81.89. Again, this is in kilometers per hour. However, because my time's in seconds, I'm going to convert my kilometers per hour into seconds, meters per seconds. You could have, if you wanted to, converted this time into hours, and then you could do multiply, and then you could get your answer in kilometers, but then you would need to convert it into meters. But again, like I said, I'm just going to try to solve this one in meters per second. All I have to do is multiply by 1,000, and then divide by 3,600. All right, so 81.89 multiplied by 1,000, and then divide by 3,600. I get my velocity 22.75 meters per second. Okay. Now, from here, what we're going to do is try to figure out the distance at which this person has traveled using the variables that we just solved for. All right, so I'm going to take my 22.75 meters per second The distance is the unknown. However, the time was 9.419 seconds. I'm going to multiply these two numbers together to get x by itself. And the value that I'm getting here is 1806.6 meters. Now again, for both of those, these are just the distance for each 3 laps. So again, I'm going to underline this in a different color so we can make sure we can see what I'm looking at here. Again, it's this distance here for the normal, this distance here for the expert. I want to get the average of these two. All right, so I'm just going to combine them together and then divide by 2. So I'm going to do 1806.6 plus 2092.5. 1806.6 plus 2092.5. And then I'm going to divide by 2 to get the average. So the average distance for the whole 3 laps, 1,949.55 meters. But again, I want to know per lap. So that means I must divide by 3 because there's 3 laps in these races. So per lap distance is 649.85 meters. You will need to do this exact thing for the 3 other courses. All right, so for Moo Moo Meadows, Mushroom Gorge, and Toad Factory. Moo Moo Meadows, you need to look at, okay, they used the booster seat and this was the time. You write down the time, find booster seat. Again, it might take some time to find where the booster seat is at. I don't see it on this top one, so maybe it is a smaller vehicle. There it is, the booster seat. And again, I could see the speed right here. Run through that same process for the normal and expert. Again, you're going to do that a total of 3 different races. So I'm asking you to do essentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 problems. It's very manageable. It just takes some time because it's not straightforward to you all. So please use these links